Hey everybody, this is your local nature nerd, and I wanted to show you this rock slide that came off of this mountain, kind of talk about it a little bit. There are two main terms that apply here, geological terms. One is called mass wasting, and the other is called angle of repose. So starting with the angle of repose, what that simply means is that every geological feature, every soil type, every rock type has an angle at which it can be at rest without sliding or falling. So if we look, this serpentine-based stone that has fallen out in the road here, this entire cut bank that was cut in order to put this road in, is the same geology that we have across the river over here. You can see there is a road over there, and there's cut bank. All of this down in here is all cut bank. It gets a little taller, and then really tall up in here. But you can see the general angle of repose. That these mountains that are made of serpentine geology have certain angles at which they come to rest over time as they have eroded and the landscape has just gone through natural processes. So when this road bank was built and it was all cut out, and here's the original hillside is over here. So it used to go up like this, and this was interrupted. All of this was pulled out and gotten rid of. So that then made this hillside left at a much steeper angle than what nature would deem appropriate, or I should say than what nature than what would be appropriate in the natural world. So when that happens and there's a disturbance in the angle of repose, then we have events that are called mass wasting events. We all know about erosion. Erosion can happen from wind, from water, from ice, from different things, abrading on rocks. Slow erosion is where you have, there's a little bit of wear and tear, a little bit of wash down as water trickles down. That's normal erosion. When you have these big events, this is a mass wasting event. A landslide, an avalanche, something of that sort. That is a mass wasting event. This is a sign that we have disrupted the angle of repose. All of these rocks came from up here, and they just fell down and scattered across this road. So the mass wasting is evidence that we have disturbed the angle of repose, and we have adjusted this mountainside to an inappropriate angle. So what we would need to do in order to maintain the safety of this road, unless we wanted to simply come out here and clean this up periodically, we would need to build some kind of new structure on the face of this cliff in order to keep it from sliding anymore. Just to give you an idea of the size of this boulder here, I am 6 feet tall, and it is as tall as I am. So this is a 6 foot tall boulder. We see here the surface that initially was exposed to the open air. It has all of these lichens and moss on it. And and it came from up there. So, angle of repose and mass wasting. If you're a gardener and you're building terraces for your garden, this is something to remember. You might want to block up the edges of your terraces. Come up with some strong way to keep the soil on your slope so that it's not falling in. Or if you're terracing your backyard, make sure that you're using some kind of a wall or a buttress that compensates for you disrupting the angle of repose on your hillside. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this, and this is me just nerding out about nature.